for your values and fight for your friends. Fight through this blight, find the light at the end. Through the age of the dragon, the people will talk of the day they were saved by a hero named Hawk.
You're listening to Reignite, a podcast about the importance of books. Support your public library. I'm Frankie.
And I am at AK Stormageddon.
Back at the Hawk estate, a cat fight is brewing, though it's more like a lion versus a jaguar. Aveline and Isabella both need Hawk's help with the problem, but whose is more pressing? Isabella, who has been hunting a relic for years that someone wants to kill her over? Or Aveline, who must ask the Arishok to stop protecting fugitives from the guards? Spoiler alert, it's not Aveline.
Yeah. It's funny, when I started this mission up, so I had saved right after the last one. So I was right outside of whatever building we were in Hightown. And I opened my journal. I look for the mission. I select it and mark it as the primary mission, close it. And I was like, all right. And I wander to the exit of the map. Map pops up. I look at daytime. I look at nighttime. I look at outside the city. And the mission isn't anywhere. And I go, what the hell? Where is it? This hasn't happened in a minute. So I was like, oh, whatever. I'll just go back to my estate and change my party anyway. And then maybe I can figure out where the mission is. And then
You got the cutscene.
Right, yes.
Here's the thing about the cutscene that I would like to point out. It starts with Isabella in, like, the foyer by the... Not the foyer. The main room by the fireplace. Yes. And Aveline coming down the stairs. There are only two things up those stairs, and that is your mother's bedroom and your bedroom. Girl, what you doing in my bedroom?
Yeah, why were you upstairs? Why were you there?
Girl, who gave you the access? Because it was not my husband.
Well, so it could have been that there's a restroom upstairs.
By restroom, do you mean the chamber pot that you keep in your bedroom?
I mean, maybe.
Because there's not, like, a bathroom.
That's fair.
There's a chamber pot that you keep in your bedroom that Sandal gets to empty out.
We have magic and mages and demons. We really can't
don't
have toilets.
Plumbing.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Where would the plumbing go? Darktown, where people live?
No, just into the water. What's the worst that could happen?
Wow. Matt, we need to have a conversation about wastewater management.
Uh-huh. Look, they should have a whole infrastructure. If they can have fucking magic, they can have infrastructure, okay?
No, you get either magic or plumbing. You don't get both.
It's fucked up. I don't accept it.
I am a professional in the field.
Look, as someone with a terrible stomach and IBS, I don't accept this answer.
I also have a terrible stomach and not IBS, but like other things that are wrong with me.
Fair enough. We know, Frankie, there's a lot wrong with you. We get it. I know,
so much.
So much. Anyway.
So much.
So the two of them are fighting, and of course, Hawk is basically like, hold up. Let's take a moment, and maybe let's all talk one at a time.
Let's take a beat. Aveline tells us that the Arishok is sheltering fugitives who have converted to the Qun. Her belief is that their conversion is a ploy to get this protection, to prevent the guards from arresting said fugitives. We are not told what they did, why we need to go get them.
Nothing.
None of that. We do learn that Aveline is under the impression that the Viscount would like us to go, but the Viscount is too depressed to ask anyone anything.
Yeah, I responded saying if the Viscount wanted us to go, he should have come himself. And Aveline's like, the Viscount's a little preoccupied. That's why I'm here.
He's a little sad, which understandable. I'm not trying to make light of his grief.
No.
Like, he's sad, and that's fair. Yes. When I'm sad, I don't want to do anything, let alone manage the political tension of an entire city that is about to erupt in riots.
Yeah.
And Isabella, Classic Isabella does not explain anything upfront. Just like, I'm going to die.
And it's like, Hawk has some context already, but still, it's very funny for the player who's like, huh, what?
Like, I'm sorry, what? So yes, Eveline is trying to keep the entire city from rioting because if she doesn't get these fugitives back, then the guards are going to be upset. I don't know. It's a whole thing. And for Isabella, this is about getting back the relic that Castillon wants to kill her over.
Yes. And through explaining and talking her through how she knows about it now, how she knows the person who has it. And then at one point goes, yeah, and I don't know how he got the book, but he has it. And then Hawk goes, hold up. Now it's a book? I thought you didn't know what the relic was. And like to watch Isabella immediately backpedal and go, well, I know it's a book. I don't know anything else. It's like, uh-huh.
Uh-huh. You're
Sure.
very convincing. Yeah, she has been lying about her ignorance. I just sent you what my notes say. Which is, I picked to help Isabella first, obviously, because this is the mission that we're doing. Because she says it might help with the air shock situation. And if we can go to him with something that he wants, then perhaps it will go easier. Like, perhaps that will help Eveline's side of things.
Yeah.
Meta-narrator. This is not what is going to happen.
No. Yeah.
But I also hope.
Right. Since she's basically my girlfriend at this point, I, of course, agree to help her. Also, like, I understand why they do this. But when you give me two choices and one has a big red X and the other has a big green check mark, it's like, well, I'm going to pick the green check mark. Like,
I didn't notice if there was a red X or green check mark. I just picked Isabella.
Well, because in
I thought they were question
marks. In the PC version, you have to hover over it with the mouse before clicking it. Like, you don't just move the analog stick and press A. So I had
with the console version, you move the analog stick, but if there's a check or an X, that will appear in the center.
Oh, okay.
So that'll still appear. I just don't remember seeing it. I could have just been moving too fast.
I mean, that's also true. You knew what you wanted before the question was asked.
Yeah, I am also exhausted.
Yeah.
So I played this morning.
Yeah.
I'm just very tired. So it's possible that I just missed it. But no matter what, at this moment, that is when we cut to Cassandra. Oh, hey, Cassandra. I forgot that you existed.
A little bit. Yeah, every time we have these cutaways, it's like, oh, right, this is a storytelling. This is a conversation.
Yeah. I'm just like, oh, hello. So Cassandra expresses confusion that the champion was asked to go to the Canary. And apparently the common belief is that the champion planned everything because the way that everything worked out, I guess, appears too neat. And if you look at it from the viewpoint of maliciousness, then I guess it would make sense that somebody would plan this in order to create chaos and unrest in a city and eventually the world.
Well, right. And looking at it from the organizational force of this world, several refugees arrive. One refugee helps a group of refugees do this thing. All hell breaks loose, right? Like, it fits neatly into this narrative of wanting to put down the people who are not welcome and lumping them together. And I think that's part of it too. But Varric, in Varric's way, basically explains, like, it looks convenient, but you have to admit there's more here. You can see it. And Cassandra acquiesces that, like, yes, it does seem convenient, but also the things you say don't seem untruthful. It takes Cassandra a mile to get to agreeing with Varric every time.
Yeah.
Like, she won't just say you're right. She's like, I suppose, maybe, kinda, you could possibly be correct. It's just very funny.
But here's something that I think is really interesting. Varric says that he wants the story to be told because he owes Hawk that much.
Yeah.
And he also says, do you think I'm still trying to protect my friend? And I still think, yes, you are trying to protect Hawk. I think there is absolutely no way to know how much of this story is in fact true.
Yeah, and as the player, None of it could be. We don't know, right? If the
Yeah.
conceit is that Varric is telling the story and we're along for the ride, and the choices we're making are really the choices Varric is saying, right? Like into some effect that Varric made, even though he didn't necessarily, but he's making these choices in how he tells his story. It could be completely fabricated from what actually happened. We have no way of knowing.
Yeah. And honestly, if you think about it, we are not really playing Hawk truly. We are playing Cassandra's imagination of Hawk.
Correct. We are playing Varric's guided choice of Hawk.
Right. So Varric is telling the story. We are pushing the story one way or the other, but the story is going to remain the same ultimately. The
Yes.
same outcome is still going to happen. It's just how Hawk handles it that we get to determine. And ultimately, we have no way of knowing what is true because Varric is an unreliable narrator.
Yeah, it's a classic unreliable narrator story, right? Like,
Yeah.
we want to believe because we like Varric, and it's not a huge spoiler that he's in the subsequent games. So, like, this is a character who's well liked and beloved by the fans, and is well liked in the game. But also, that's the other thing, and I think I've pointed this out before. Varric seems so charming and awesome in this game. He's the one telling the story. Of course, he seems so charming and awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So this is why I insist that it's unreliable and we have no real way of knowing how this actually worked out. So it is possible that Hawk could have had more of a hand in the construction of events, and Varric is trying to obscure that. It could be possible that it was all just wacky coincidence that happened to this one person. We saw it happen with the warden.
Yeah. Well, and also, it explains why I think on a meta narrative level with the Dragon Keep and prepping for Inquisition, which we will do after this is done, you only pick the major choices. Because the major choices are known to be true because of they have a way to track them. They have the facts like what happened with the
It has a wider world impact.
Right. Whereas the minor choices that Hawk makes, there's no way to know. So how could you choose those in building the story? Because you don't actually know.
Right. Let's move on a little bit. Who did you take on your quest?
I took Fenris, Anders, and Isabella. It made sense to take Isabella since this is basically her story at this point.
Yes, I took Isabella, Aveline, and Anders. Took Aveline because theoretically we are going straight to the Arashock from Isabella, and Aveline is like very pressed for time. So it feels like you're already here in my house.
Yeah.
Like, let's grab Anders and let's go.
Yeah. See,
Anders
isn't
probably
already
also in my house.
Right. I was gonna say Anders isn't already in my house, so that logic doesn't really completely
but
work.
Like
for
Aveline
me.
and Isabella also already in my house.
Yeah, I know.
But Fenris is like your neighbor, so
that's
totally
true.
makes
He's right
sense.
around the corner. Yeah. Wander by knocking on the door. I tell Eveline to wait, and I'll circle back.
Yeah. So once we got our team together, we head to Lowtown because we are heading to a foundry where, what's his name? One-Eyed Sam? Is that his name? Or
Sam,
something
yeah.
Sam?
Yeah.
He has some quirky name, but it is Sam. Where Sam is selling the relic, and as we approach, oh look, there's a group of Canary waiting for us.
Yep, and they didn't attack me immediately, but then I went to click on them to see if maybe there was a talking moment, and then no, they just attacked.
Well, because they're talking to Isabella, and then they
Yeah.
just attack from there. Because they demand the relic. She says she doesn't have it. And then a fight ensues. And that's when we find out the truth. That the relic belongs to the Canary, and they want it back. It is a book written by the philosopher behind the Qun. It is a sacred text. And she stole it. She lost it. And the Qunari are here because they can't leave without it.
Yep, and she basically says that she was trying to ditch them with it, which is how they both ended up here in Kirkwall.
Yeah. So, what did you do? Did you tell Isabella that she can keep the relic to get Castillon off her back, or did you tell her that we have to give it straight to Canary?
So the way it was worded, it was like, I will help you get it back, as if I'm going to be involved in getting her out of this death threat. And so I said, yes, I'll help you get it back. We'll get Castillon off your back. Because in my mind, agreeing to that with my girlfriend is like, we'll handle this together. We'll still give the book back to the Canary eventually, but like, I will help you do this thing to get them off your back first, however that form that
The
takes.
wording of yours might have also been different because you're in essentially a relationship with her.
Yeah.
My wording was my options were the book is yours or we have to give it back to the Canary.
I mean, I think it said the book is yours. I might be like playing into my character a bit with my decision.
So I do tell her that the relic is hers because if she gives it back to Castillon, maybe we can point the Aeroshock at him.
Also logical, yes.
And be like, hey, we found out where the relic is. It's not here. You can go after this person and go get it.
Yeah, also sound logic, yeah.
Narrator. That is not what will happen.
No. Yeah.
Canary and Tevinter mages are going at it when we walk into the foundry. I kind of don't like how quickly it goes to cutscene.
Yeah.
From this conversation with Isabella. Like, we have the conversation, we tell her whatever we tell her, and then suddenly cutscene. And we see Tevinter mages, and we see Canary coming in to attack, and then Sam makes a run for it, and Isabella ditches us, and we have to fight everyone before we can leave.
Yep.
And I wish there was a little bit more to it.
Yeah.
And it didn't feel like we were just dropped into the room to kill things.
It was a little disorienting, yeah. It felt like, just kind of one thing after another. Like, we don't even get to enter. Typically, when a cutscene is happening outside of a place you're supposed to go into, then you go into the place. But that doesn't happen here. It's just from one
get dropped.
cutscene to another. Yeah.
So
it's disorienting. And yeah, so Sam takes off as soon as he sees an opening. And then Isabel chases after him. If you have her in your party, which we both did, you are down one party member as you fight both the Tevinter mages and the Canary assassins. And you fight them all, kill them all, and then go to leave. And when you leave the foundry, you find a bunch more Canary dead and a note. And the note is from Isabel saying
the note is on Sam's body.
Oh, it's on Sam's body. That's right.
Yeah,
There's a bunch of Canary. There's a bunch of Canary and Sam, because that's where we fought the Canary as well.
Yeah.
And on Sam's body, you loot a note that basically explains that Isabel apologizes, saying, I can't wait around. I can't take that chance. I have to leave. I have to take this with me. I hope you'll understand. Like,
also,
basically running for her life and refuse to sit around and wait.
Yeah. And also explaining, like, I know that you would help me. I don't want you to carry that burden. Like, this is my problem and I will handle it.
Which, God damn it, don't decide for me. I can make that decision.
Right? Like, hello, I am your friend. Like, for you, it's romantic. But for me, it's like, when have I ever, like, turned my back on you? Like, when have I ever let you walk into danger by yourself? Like, you're my friend. I care about you. And I have the ability to help you, so fucking just let me do it.
Yeah. Imagine knowing someone so stubborn and constantly refusing to let you help them. What's that like?
I don't know anyone like that.
No, of course not.
Nope.
Uh-huh.
Shut up. Stop holding up a mirror to the camera. God.
So we find this note, we read it, and then that basically ends this quest. Isabella's gone in the winds with the relic, so now all you can do is move forward and go find Aveline and try and stop a war from breaking out.
Hey, maybe if we tell the Aeroshock that the relic is gone,
he'll leave.
He'll leave.
I mean, it would suck for Isabella, but, at least we'd solve one problem instead of no problems. Because we can at least solve one problem, right? Meta-narrator. We don't.
They can't.
No.
So, yeah, this section was really short, and I understand that probably you're intended to play this part and Aveline's part in quick succession. Like,
Yeah.
but it felt very long to put into one episode because
Yeah.
from Aveline's, you also have to, like, conclude the act.
Yeah. And there's a
You
lot of
know?
narrative in the act's conclusion.
Yeah. So it just felt like a lot. And I don't know. I just wish that there was a little bit more meat on this bone for us to chew on.
Yeah, I agree, but I also think part of the problem is how we are approaching it. I think
Yeah.
the hard part about doing a podcast like this, especially with Dragon Age 2, and I think it may get exponentially worse with Inquisition, we'll see, is that when there are so many side quests and small pieces of missions, and the missions are meant to narrowly go from one to the next, the intent here, there were a lot more clear dividing lines in the Mass Effect franchise or even in Origins, where we could do kind of, especially since Origins was so huge, we had to do like bubbles of story. Whereas here, because it's so mission based, we're trying to approach it the same way, and I think it makes it feel more bite sized, which is fine. But I think maybe in Act 3, we may want to, like, for the story missions at least, maybe reassess and see if there's any we can lump together.
Act 3 is also longer, I think.
Yes.
So it's gonna be a thing. We'll figure it out.
Yes. We'll figure it out.
It'll be fine.
Anyway, that's it for this mission. And we will talk about what's next in a moment. But before that, moving on to Fandom Corner.
Fandom corner. I'm sorry, I'm so sleepy.
You sound so pained.
I am a little pained because of what I'm bringing. It's good. It's just okay. So I walked into Waterstones, and Waterstones is the UK version of Barnes and Noble. It's owned by the same company.
Oh, yes. You told us a shorter version of this story before. Is this what I think it is?
Yeah. I walk into Waterstones, and I'm talking to the manager, whose name is Neil. WAT_Coleraine on Instagram, if you're curious about my local Waterstones. And Neil says, Frankie, you like cats, right? Let me show you something. And walks me over to New Fiction and pulls off a hardcover from the shelf and shows me this cute little book that says Frankie on it. And it has this funky gray cat wearing a Hawaiian shirt on the cover. And he's like, I think this is for you. So, of course, I bought it on site.
Obviously.
Here is the blurb. Frankie by Maxim Leo and J.M. Gutch. Meet Frankie the cat. He's a scrappy stray who belongs to no one, and that's just how he likes it. Until one day, everything changes. He crosses paths with Richard. Richard isn't doing so well. Grieving the loss of his wife, he's turned his back on hope and is ready to end it all. But his plans are halted when Frankie turns up injured on his doorstep. Frankie needs help. But then, so does Richard. What Richard doesn't know is that Frankie is no ordinary cat. Just so you know, content warning for mention of animal cruelty. I started and finished this book within 2 hours, and I sobbed for a good portion of it. It's extremely good. If you are someone who is just like devoted to your pets, you know that they make your life better, they improve your mental health. You don't know where you would be without them. This book will speak to you. It's told from the perspective of Frankie the cat.
Mm-hmm.
So Frankie tells about his experience being a stray and what he has seen. So there is some like really harsh truths in there about how humans treat animals. But it is told from a sympathetic point of view, and it's not graphic. So if that is the level that you can handle, then I do recommend reading this, even though it's going to make you cry. But it's a short read. It was very good. It's an international bestseller. It was originally written in German and then translated. So I happen to be a fan of German authors, apparently.
All right. Sounds interesting. I do like that this cat is named after you, but dresses like me. It's a nice combination.
Hey, you have not seen my Well, you have seen my collection of Studio Ghibli shirts that are
That's true.
basically nerdy Hawaiian shirts.
Yeah, tropical shirts. Yeah, no, that's true. I have a larger collection of tropical shirts than you. I think I have a larger collection of tropical shirts than most people.
Yes, this is true. I just haven't
just
found any that like really speak to me.
That's fair.
I almost bought one at TK Maxx yesterday. It was like a blue and beige color, and the tropical plants also had a silhouette of a cat.
Yeah, that checks
that was really cute, but it had a massive rip across the chest, like too big to justify purchasing it, even if it was on clearance for £5. I was like, I'm not
that makes sense.
Spending money to repair something.
Look, my tropical shirt game is on another level because I have one with my dog on it as the pattern. So, like, my actual dog is on that shirt. You can't beat that.
I know. Well, I will beat it one day.
That's true.
I have a plan. I just haven't enacted it yet.
That sounds evil and dubious. Anyway, moving on to my fandom corner. I am bringing music. I haven't brought music in a while. I am bringing the band Durry.
We call it Derry here.
No, it's Durry. Durry.
Oh, we call it Derry. Derry. I'm sorry, I'm making a joke about where I live.
Yeah, and it's not funny because no one knows what you're talking about.
I don't think that's true because there's a lot of people who watch Derry Girls.
All right, enough. All right.
Tell us about the band Durry.
So Durry is a band I discovered during the pandemic. I just saw them. So this is relevant for a lot of reasons, but mostly because I saw them in concert last Tuesday, and it was an incredible live performance. It was a small venue show, which I hadn't gone to in a while. So Durry is an American indie rock band from Burnsville, Minnesota, and they were formed in the pandemic. So the band members are Austin Durry and Taryn Durry. They are brother and sister, and the way the band came to be is during the pandemic, Austin and his wife moved back into the basement apartment of his parents' house just to like have support and not be out and about during the pandemic and like find help and help his parents. And so when he moved back home, he started spending more time with his sister. He had been in a band called Coyote Kid for 12 years, but it didn't, had some success, but didn't really go anywhere. And during that time, he was writing music and bouncing ideas off his sister. They started to collaborate, and then they released the song Who's Laughing Now in September of 2021. It became a huge viral hit on TikTok, and the rest is kind of history. They have gone on to make 2 albums, Suburban Legend, which came out September 8th, 2023, and then This Movie Sucks, which came out in June of this year. If you have an idea in your mind of like a 90s indie rock band and what they sound like, basically that vibe. They, weave in and out between heavy punk and like indie rock melodic stuff, a lot of heart and like personal writing about growing up, writing about trying to get to that next stage in life, finding meaning, making friends, surviving, that kind of thing. I think, so I'm going to make a comparison for Frankie's sake, but not lightly. I think vibe-wise, they have a lot in common with Blue October in the sense of their genre jumps around a bit, like heavier, sometimes screamy, but for the most part melodic and emotionally heavy. It's not as tied to romance as Blue October is. It's mostly more general life stuff, but there's a similar vibe. There are other bands I could compare them to, but I feel like that's a losing battle. But I do think that they are worth your time. If you like indie rock, if you like bands that are trying to get to the core of something that, like, so their new album, This Movie Sucks, the first line of the chorus of the title track, This Movie Sucks, is, my life is a movie that I don't even want to watch. And it's stuff like that that's kind of pretty powerful, and like it it digs into sadness without dwelling there. There's a lot of hopecore in their music, but it comes from a place of deep depression and like struggle without lingering there. It's not just sad songs to be sad like a lot of emo bands. Nothing wrong with that. I listen to plenty of that too. But this band has meant a lot to me over the last handful of years because the ultimate lilt on a lot of their music is hope, right? Even if a song is sad, the album arc is more hopeful. And so anyway, I think it's really worth it. Of their two albums, I like Suburban Legend better. It just has a lot of the singles that came out during the pandemic that I was listening to on repeat. But This Movie Sucks is also really great, and I think they're both worth your time, so you should definitely go check them out.
Awesome. It sounds very good.
And now, for what we're doing next, we are, of course, doing the last mission of the trifecta of End of Act 2 missions, Demands of the Cune. We are going to help Aveline try and get these fugitives back. And yeah, so play that mission, endure all that happens, and return here for that after Thanksgiving. So we will see you then for that. Well, actually, yes, this episode will air after Thanksgiving. Time is weird when you're recording in advance.
Time is a lake.
Time is a lake. Anyway.
Thank you. John argues with me about that.
Of course he does. What does he know?
Right?
He doesn't know anything. It's not like he has a degree in smart people stuff.
It's not like he has a publishing deal.
All right.
Or got a promotion.
We're just going to let that hang for a bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, John has a lot going on for him, but he disagrees that time is a lake, and therefore he is wrong about everything.
That's fair. I can agree with that.
So next time, like Matt said, we'll be doing Demands of the Cune. And if you like what you heard here, you can follow us on social media. We're at ReignitePod on Blue Sky, YouTube, and Instagram, or you can send us an email at reignitepod@gmail.com. You can also find us on Blue Sky as Frankie B. Writes and DJ Stormageddon. I have also been more active on Threads lately, so if you're on Threads, you can follow me there.
Yeah, go do it. As for helping this show, you can rate, review, and subscribe on your favorite podcatcher of choice. It helps us get seen so more folks can find the show. Obviously, if you're here, you are likely subscribed. But if this is your first episode, please subscribe on whatever platform you normally listen to podcasts. Again, just the downloads, even if you don't listen right away, is hugely helpful. And then the rating and reviews, again, makes us combat the mighty algorithm so we can get to the top of the list when people search for things related to Dragon Age 2.
If this is your first episode, please tell us what that experience is like.
Yeah.
So you must be very confused, but it's okay. Don't forget, we're members of the Certain Point of View Network. You can visit certainpov.com to find more nerdy podcasts, each with a unique point of view. You can also find a permanent invite link to our Discord server on that website. Join in the conversation.
Yes, we have fan mail, as we referenced earlier. Callie is incredibly active there, as well as plenty of other folks like Ben from Dragoon Effect and Troidal Power. And if you want your thoughts read on the show or want to send a sound file or sound clip to us on Discord, we will happily share your thoughts during that segment. As for personal plugs, same old for me. By the time you're hearing this, Fun and Games is wrapping up their end of year stuff. We'll have our top 10 games of the year in early January, but we'll also have a bunch of interviews we've been working on. We'll have our thoughts on PAX Unplugged for 2025 and a bunch of other stuff. You can go to funandgamespod.com to check out that podcast, or you can just go to djstormageddon.com, which is my URL, which links to my link tree and has my merch store, this podcast, the Patreon for Fun and Games, the actual URL to Fun and Games, my socials, all of that good stuff. Anything that I'm working on, you will find there.
Hey, Matt, when is this episode airing?
The week after Thanksgiving, I think.
Would that happen to be December 4th?
Yes, Frankie, it would happen to be Thursday, December 4th.
Okay, first of all, if you do not know, D4 is Dragon Age Day because it kind of looks like DA. So, first of all, happy Dragon Age Day.
Yes.
Second of all, did you know that I have a website? You can check me out over at frankiebryce.com. You can hire me for podcasting, writing, making you something, Or you can kick me a couple of dollars for coffee, especially since tomorrow's my birthday.
There it is. Like, I didn't anticipate the D4 thing. Also D4 because there was anticipation of the fourth Dragon Age game as well. But yeah, the thing I was bracing for was the birthday nonsense.
It's not nonsense. It's my birthday.
I know, you're going to be 1 year older.
Yeah.
Aging further. Getting elder.
Hey, guess what, Matt?
What?
Doesn't matter how old I get, I'll never be as old as you.
Thanks. Helpful.
But yes, it is my birthday tomorrow. And if you would like to send me like $1 just to be like, hey, happy birthday, that'd be cool. If you don't want to do that, that's also okay. But definitely check me out online. My website, like I said, Frankie B Writes. You can find me all over the internet like that. Yeah.
You can also find both of our unique.coms in the show notes down below. I've been including them in the episode notes. So if you've already forgotten everything we've said, just read the show notes. Now for some thank yous.
Will you put in the show notes that tomorrow's my birthday?
If I remember.
I'm mainly joking. Continue.
Are you though? Are you though?
It's like 85.
All right. On to thank yous. We'd like to thank Case Aiken for developing some awesome t-shirt designs that you can find at certainpov.com or at Teespring under Certain POV. Also, thank you to Case for designing each episode's individual show art. We really appreciate it.
I maintain that if Case designs Kirkwall's Okayest Dad as a t-shirt, I will buy it and I will wear it all the time.
Obviously. Well, I mean, you have dad energy, so it makes sense.
I am the boy's papa.
That's true.
The boy is sleeping in his Poundland, which is basically the dollar store here in the UK, Poundland bed.
I mean, it's a shame that you haven't played any of the new God of War games, because then you would just walk around going, boy, because that's what he calls his son all the time.
Oh, that's what I do to him.
Yeah, that's a Kratos line.
He is a boy. Anyway, so Case, Kirkwall's Okayest Dad.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, we'd like to thank Miracle of Sound for our theme music. If you've been enjoying it, then you should head over to miracleofsound.rocks and check out Gavin Dunn's other music and merch.
Also, thank you to the one and only Red Spinks. That's right. There are no imitations, just one. For designing our incredible Dragon Age-inspired logo. To see his work, you can, of course, go to Chaos Does Art on Instagram.
There's only one Red Spinks now, but that's because of all the clones that we had to kill.
Yes, correct. That's how I can say it definitively now.
We had to kill so many clones. Lastly, we'd like to thank you for listening. I'm Frankie.
And I am at AK Stormageddon. And remember, all Templars are bastards.
Fight for your values and fight for your friends. Fight through this blight, find the light at the end. Through the age of the dragon, the people will talk of the day they were saved by a hero named Hawk. Hawk, 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 Hawk.
So Many Games is an independent video game website from a group of passionate people. With a team of over 10 writers doing their bit for game discoverability, you'll surely find a game that will pique your interest. Our reviews delve into the main elements of the game and how they made us feel. With unbased but fair critique and AI-free writing, we hope to offer you a safe place to find out if a game is worthy of your time. But we also write articles from Steam Next Fest catch-ups to topics of interest from the gaming world. And we also publish written interviews from developers to voice actors on our bid to shine some light on the people behind our favourite games. But that's not all, as we also offer a monthly podcast interviewing developers, artists, composers, voice actors, and anyone else we can think of to come and talk about their experiences of making their latest or not so latest projects in real time. With a fortnightly newsletter to go on top of our offerings, there really is something for everybody. So what are you waiting for? Get on over to somanygames.co.uk and see for yourself all the amazing content that we have waiting for you.
CPOV. CertainPOV.com.